Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to September 2023 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. Long time no see. I've been taking a small break. As usual, I need to be checking my mic. I seem to keep forgetting putting it on. Good. We have a Mercury retrograde. In fact, I've started recording as we begin Mercury retrograde. So let's see how this goes. September is a month of when things start moving ahead, when things are sort of, they have been on a pause the entire, most of the summer, 3 months, and now is the time where, a lot of planets are going to be going direct. I'm going to be making this reading a very easy and a very simple one. I'm just going to be focusing on one or two things so that you can remember them later on. We have Venus that is going direct on the 3rd of September, and then we have Mercury, which is going direct on the 15th of September. And this entire energy is about moving ahead. It's about going ahead with the plans. Conversations get open, misunderstandings get sorted, or there is an opportunity for you to sort them. October is going to be a month of eclipses. So this is like a little breather that is being given to us. However, I've done a video on Mercury retrograde, and I'll tell you why it is really important, this specific one. It's transiting in Virgo. So before I start talking about Venus going direct, I would just like to mention that Mercury is still retrograde in Virgo. I've done a video about it. I'll be linking it up over here. You must watch it in order to get a better clarity and context, and also because it's there till mid-September. So you'll see as to how exactly things are falling ahead for you. Mercury retrograde for you, Taurians, it's a wonderful time to be rekindling your sense of balance. So if you have been doing too much of partying or too much of, working out, or maybe pursuing your hobbies, or maybe even, really engrossed at your work, this is a time where Mercury is going to be asking you to sort of slow down, or it will slow down things for you. So it's a time where you're being asked to prioritize happiness, and that's not an alien thing for you, Taurans. You're quite conscious about your own happiness, and you do know how to prioritize it. But there are times maybe when you tend to sort of overdo. So whether it's maybe paying too much of focus on what is it that really makes you happy, and what is it that you need to be pursuing, and ignoring everything else, and just avoiding the going overboard theme. That is what you need to be keeping in mind. You still have Jupiter and Uranus in your own sign, Taurians, so you need to be keeping in mind the complete overhaul that is happening for you. Uranus is going to be there for quite a number of years for you, and again, I've done another video. I'll try and find it and link it. But Uranus is going to be, in any case, churning things out. It's going to be changing your personality. It's going to be bringing forth things which you may not like about yourself. It's going to be changing the way that you, maybe your set of friends, everything. So that in any case is happening for you on the longer run. Now let's get back to your co-ruler, that is Venus. And Venus is going to be going direct. And you would have felt that a lot, Taurians, because you are the sign which is all about loyalty, steadfastness. And Venus has been retrograde in Leo since about almost close to 3 months, and it goes direct on the 3rd of September. So for you, this is, and this aspected your house of home, your own, the place which you share with other people. It goes to your roots. So there could be that during this time, that you were made to sort of question about, things like your own relationship with your sibling, your relationship with your with your parents, also where it is that you want to live physically, what is the kind of house that you have currently. Maybe there's been some kind of a disharmony at home. Maybe there's some construction that has been happening. Maybe your home did not feel like a safe refuge. it was not something that you could bank upon. For some of you, you may have felt, if quite restrained. You may have felt that you cannot do the things that you want to do when you're at home as well. And as soon as Venus goes direct on the 3rd, you'll find all of these things, because retrogrades are just a time for us, whenever they come and get lit in a specific house, that's a time where they are trying to tell us that this is the area of our life which needs attention right now. So you'll realize that from the 3rd of September that your relationship with your parents eases, the conversations flow more easily, your home is back into structure, and there is also a kind of familiarity that you like, Taurians, about your house. So this is going to be also going to, it's going to give you some amount of comfort of knowing, okay, this is where I'm going to be living, or this is my space, or this is which a place I can call my home. And this is also a time where you're going to be internalizing on your own peace, on your own tranquility. And Venus direct also is going to be encouraging you to make your home environment a more nurturing space. It's a space where finally, you can, you feel that you can, not just invite your friends and be there, but also it's a place where is like a safe refuge for you. Wonderful time to be taking the Venus direct opportunity and seeing as to how it is that you can deepen your connection with your parents, with your children. Great time to be getting a pet. If I think pets form the best form of therapy, a regular ongoing therapy. So I think it's a great time. If you do not have a pet, that's something that you can consider, or it's a wonderful time to be volunteering at an animal shelter as well. It's a beautiful time. It's a great time as well for you to be creating space emotionally for yourself, so that you have space to reflect on things emotionally, things that require attention, on whatever it is that has transpired for you in the last few years. And again, we have Uranus that is there, and I think there is nothing more, I would say, deeply overhauling as is, as what Uranus does for us, barring, of course, when Pluto comes. So it could feel quite chaotic, People may have accused of you of being frivolous or of being fickle-minded, and said, oh, one day you say that, I'll never going to get married, and the next day we find that you've taken off and you've eloped and you've gone and gotten married to someone. Or it could be the same with your work, that you may say, oh, I'm never going to be doing this, and all of a sudden, you'll find that, oh, you're working with an organization which you claim that you never would. So Uranus would be doing that for you. The question for you to be reflecting this month with Venus direct is that how it is that you can deepen your connection with your family, with your siblings, and how it is that you can create a nurturing environment at home that reflects your inner self. On the 15th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. And on the 16th, we have Mercury, which is going direct as well. So lovely. So mid-month is actually the time where things get even more easier for you. And I'm not going to be talking about the rest of the Neptunian and the Grand Trine. We are just going to be focusing on things which are going to be easy and which are moving ahead. So the new moon is going to be maybe bringing about a new romance, and a lot of you can say, oh God, not again. But it can bring about a love interest. It can also bring about a project that you're really passionate about, that you've been thinking about. In certain cases, it also brings about a renewed relationship with your children, and it just opens up a door on creativity. So if you have been you know, passionate about writing, maybe you will go and you will take that class on, you know, on how to structure and how to format your book. And it's a lovely time to be taking care of your inner child as well, Taurian. It's a good time because Mercury, when it's going to be going, when it goes direct during this time and it's conjuncting with new moon, that it will give that healing energy. So if there have been some uncomfortable conversations with your grown-up children, it's a lovely time that you know, you can sort of open up that chapter and not be misunderstood as well. On the 23rd, we have Sun that is joining Mars in your house of work and health. So Sun, of course, you know, always brings about a lot of not just cheer, but I think it brings about a lot of courage and clarity. And it also, with Mars, of course, being there, which is all about action, it's going to be pushing you to maybe take a decision regarding a work which you have been stalling. It's also going to be asking you to, you know, as far as your health is concerned, and you have been maybe not been either been working out, or if you've been careless, it will ask you to review that as well. Mars can see you quite busy during this time. For some of you, you will find that, you know, there's just too much on your plate. It's more than that you can deliver. And in some cases, this also speaks about a new project. It speaks about even a new job in certain cases. It speaks about a new work environment as well. We close the month with a full moon that is there in your house of behind the scenes. And full moon is going to be, as we close the month, it sees you quite contemplative. It sees you maybe thinking about your own psychological patterns. It speaks about you know, going and maybe looking at the family skeletons, or maybe something comes out that, you know, makes you sit back and say, okay, I see a pattern there. And it's also a wonderful time wherein that, you know, if you are drawn to any spiritual practice, it's a great time to deepen your spiritual practice. It's a good time to be, anytime is a good time to be in prayer, but it's a wonderful time to be centering yourself, a great time to be maybe going for a meditational retreat. It's a great time to be, I think, of being of service as well. So if you want to do any kind of volunteer work, if you want to be associated, and if for those of you who absolutely do not have the time, please don't hesitate to, you know, write a check to whether it's an animal shelter or it is, you know, for an orphanage. But I would say more so for the voiceless, because, you know, it's absolutely not transaction, and, you know, it really doesn't cost that much. So it's a wonderful time for you to be doing that. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for